this is Nutty Rock Chick, and this is just a little response video for Dalyxman, who did a video about the fall of the Hardy Boys. For me, I can see that there is a little bit more to their stories, because Jeff is an addict. He is. The first time he got released, it was due to the fact that he was addicted. But the thing is, when he knew he had a problem, he went to WWE and said, look, I need a lighter schedule, and I need some time off to get myself sorted. And they said no. So he just kept taking the drugs, failed the tests, and they had to fire him. He self-destructed because they did, literally because they wouldn't give him the lighter schedule that he needed to maintain himself. And then when he came back, when he got himself clean and he came back, he said, look, I need a light schedule because I can't be on the road all the time because it's too hard with my addiction. And they wouldn't accept that, and they put the world title on him, and they said, you've got to do all the house shows. And he kept saying, look, I need a light schedule, I can't be doing this. And they wouldn't listen, so he self-destructed. And Matt did exactly the same thing. They wouldn't, because they didn't want to let, WWE didn't want to let him go. He pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed until they let him go. And then when TNA wouldn't give them a lighter schedule, they did the same thing in TNA. They self-destructed, so that TNA had no choice but to release them. But I genuinely think if they both got clean and they both got fit, which I don't think would be that difficult. I think if they both got clean and they both got fit, both WWE and TNA would offer to take them back. But they've got to make absolutely sure that the schedule they get is a very light schedule, because Jeff just can't do it. The pressure, I mean, you have to take account of the fact that in the WWE, and more so now in TNA, because they are now doing a lot of house shows where they weren't before, which is probably why he went to TNA, because TNA was just TV taping and maybe one house show, so he was only working sort of 2 days a week, which was perfect because he could be at home and he could deal with the fact that he was. But then they started doing more and more house shows, and the schedule started getting heavier and heavier. And being an addict, being away from home all the time, not having the stabilising influence of his wife, well, not wife, but girlfriend and child around him, made him go into self-destruct mode. So the thing is, if like I said, if they both got clean and fit, and they were given the schedule they need, which is a lighter schedule for both of them, they could bring them back as a tag team and have them as tag team champions, but just have them not do house shows. Have them either on SmackDown or on Raw, and have them just do one Raw or one SmackDown a week, and not do all the house shows, because that is the difference, is because they do, 2 house shows a week, and then promotion on top of that, and it's too much. It is too much. It's too much for a healthy, stable person. For an addictive personality, it's just dangerous, and I think you have to. As much as, yes, it is their choice to take drugs, it is their choice to make those decisions. It is also irresponsible putting somebody who you know is an addict into a high pressure situation. And that's what WWE and TNA did. So I think there is some balance for, if someone says to you, look, I have an addiction problem, I can't do a heavy schedule because I can't maintain staying clean on a heavy schedule because it's too much for me to deal with, then you have got to accept that. You've got to say, okay, if I want you in my company, then I'm going to accept the fact that you are who you are, and I'm going to give you the schedule that you need to be able to be who you are and to be able to give us the entertainment that you're capable of giving us. Because the Hardy Boys, when they're good, are absolutely fucking fabulous. Exactly as Dalyxman said. The Edge and Christian, Hardy Boys, Dudley Boys era of tag team wrestling was one of my favourite eras of tag team wrestling. And I think if the companies will take them back because of the merchandise sales, but they've got to take them back in the right way, and they've got to take them back taking account of the fact that it's just not possible for them to do the sort of schedule that the other guys do. I mean, they gave Matt Hardy not Matt Hardy, my brain's on Hardy's. They gave Shawn Michaels a mega light schedule because he couldn't do as much post back surgery. Because he wasn't doing the house show circuit, he was only doing the Raws and the SmackDowns. So they could do that for the Hardy Boys. So I would not be shocked if they both get clean and they both get fit to see either of them back in either company. But the companies have got to stick to the agreement of the light schedule. That's it. That's the thing, because without it, they will self-destruct and get themselves thrown out of the company because it's not what they want, and it's that simple. So like I said, because it was the thing that Dalyxman said that I really disagreed with was that they were stupid. Yes, an addict does do stupid things, and getting addicted is stupid. But in the same token, they weren't daft. They weren't daft. They knew if they did certain things, they would get fired, and when they weren't getting what they needed to get to be healthy and be happy, they got themselves fired. So that's not exactly the actions of someone stupid, if that makes sense. Okay, so that's my 2 cents on the Hardy Boys.